Welcome to using Geolytics Neighborhood Change Database 2020. When we get here, all of the data is going to be at the census tract level. That's the only geographic level in the Neighborhood Change Database, so we don't have to worry about summary level. Datasets is the first place that we're going to make a decision. When you click on Datasets, you'll see that you can choose either the data from the 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, or 2020. Those would all be in their geographic boundaries for that time period. So for example, if you chose 1990, it would be 1990 data in the 1990 tracts. The power of the Neighborhood Change Database is that there's also this last section, which is all years normalized to 2020. When you select that, it means that all of the data from the 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020 will all be in the 2020 tract boundaries. So let's do that first. Then when we see down here, this will be all of the different data sets that you could select. So if you wanted data for all of the decades, they will all be broken down then in the same way for the same set of boundaries. So for example, if we wanted sex by age, and you'll see these are a nice, easy way to make selections, we can then choose adults, children 16 to 34, age category, sex by age, population 16 and older. Let's just do sex by age, and we'll see then that there are several different choices under sex by age, and then you can select just boys 0 to 4, and 5 to 9, just to keep it simple. You can then go and select data from the 1980 census as well, and you could do the exact same variables. So you could just select sex by age, and you'll see then it's males 0 to 4 and 5 to 9. When you look at the code, you'll see here it's MEN, meaning males, and then the 4 is because it's 0 to 4. Then this would be men 9 because it's then 5 to 9. The 8, the last digit, is telling you that this is the 1980 data. When you look back at the 1970 data that we selected, you'll see that those were, in fact, they ended their MEN 4 and then 7, MEN 9 and then 7. So you'll know when you're looking at the data exactly what year it's from. The last digit will show you. And you could then select all of the different years that you wanted to through this. You could select each of the decades. You could select just some of them, whatever it is that you wanted. Let's just do this to make it quick. We'll just do the 70, the 80, and then we'll do the most recent, the 2010. And then the next thing we need to do is to tell the system, what do we want? Do we want the whole country? If so, we would just click there. If we didn't want the whole country, we could say we just want Arkansas, or we just want 3 counties in Arkansas, or we just want some of the tracts for Arkansas. In the 70 and 80 data, the census is not fully tracted. So rural areas, there won't be any data because the Census Bureau didn't create tracts for those boundaries. So in fact, you need to be aware of that when you're running data for 70 and 80, that you can't just sum up tracts and get a state or a county number because they won't all be enumerated. It's that easy to run a report from the Neighborhood Change Database, and we can run it for any of the different variables, for any of the different decades. You'll see that it's including, it has population, sex and age, race, journey to work, households and families, education, language, poverty, income, employment, and housing across all of these different decades, all in the 2020 boundaries. Thank you for joining us and learning how to use the Neighborhood Change Database 2020.